talking about they gotta be on their P's and Q's. Who is that? All the numbers are doing my face to say I'm an elder. It's like beyond jaw packs. Wow, they even stretch, not stretch marks, but I don't know what that is. Drooping skin. Probably boobs. Anyways, details. So remember I said the tricks they play with the satellites that they refer to as blocking or sandwiching. So sometimes it's blocking, sometimes it's sandwiching. Sometimes it's blocking, sometimes it's sandwiching. I was about to say, that's not the playground. That is. Don't it look like, not Jetsonish, but like, you know, old cartoonish. Like, hey, really, what did I say, really? Like the, no, I said the eyes earlier. Some details. So, satellites. How if I'm sitting here facing that way with my cell phone, the satellite on the blue phone or the receiver, whatever it is, the thing that moves when the dot moves, depending on which direction you move the phone, is pointing this way. They'll put someone ahead. They'll put someone at an angle. Like most of the time, they put them at angles, and I'm not sure why that is. I think yes, I am. I already talked about it before. I was saying yes, I am. I talked about it before though. But anyways, so mysteriously, the cab of a 18-wheeler. So a truck, no trailer, a tractor trailer, pulled in. It went to the Family Dollar that I went to 2 days ago when I was here. 3 days ago? 3 days ago when I was here. I was talking about, they said, so we put everybody under the suggestion that she be here every day. And she's been away since she grilled, and we said some other people did it. So the truck is, like I said, I'm so exhausted. It's like this for me, right? And I don't pay any money. This is hours ago, but I thought to note it because me and my puppy slept on the back of a tractor trailer yesterday that has the cab attached to it. If the heats weren't so extreme and I weren't on foot, like not even real extreme heat, but if it weren't so high and I weren't on foot, I'll go over there and I guarantee that they removed the cab from the tractor trailer. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you acting like that? Oh, you following up a puppy, don't do that. You can't make swift movement. I told you, you're dangerous. You cannot do that. Don't take off and do stuff like that. Come up. Come up, right there. Can see you and make sure you don't take off. Have a chance to grab you if you do. No, not on the ground. Up. Come all the way up. Why are you concerned about this bag? I said come up here, puppy. No, don't make me get bossy about it. Anyway, so we sleep on the back of a tractor trailer, right? Because we come from, I got injured twice at that park yesterday. It's kind of a park. I mean, it's not really a park. It's a trail. That's what it is. It's a trail. So it's not a park. So we, my foot was hurting after getting bit. I had ant bites. So after I come and I get my food, this wasn't after I got my food. This was after we were disturbed by this little boy, like this family of 4, I guess, a dad, a mom, and a girl and a boy, kids. Okay, what the fuck happened to that memo? Yeah, so they were allowing the little boy to just cuss, and he calling the little girl. I assume it was his sister. He's calling her all kind of little bitches. So they're standing near the boat at the park. Why are they standing near the boat at the trail? And it has a big lake in the middle. Ow! They're turning my toe up. They're simulating ant bites again. That's the second time they did it. So, yeah, it's weird because when they first arrived, it was just me there. I was getting ready to go get my food, okay? So, they were doing the thing that you heard me talk about in the past, where they act like they want these kind of folks this one moment and these kind of folks another moment. So, they were acting like they were like a proper suburbia family at first, right? Talking like that means not using slang, you know, and that they weren't talking loud, you know, very loud, but acting like they were just, you know, some household image. Y'all, I'll be go get food, come back, and it's bro, it's bitches, yo, it's that, it's this, it's that. Yo, when I came back, okay, I don't know where they at, like I left and returned to, but when I returned, little boy talked to a little girl, she's standing at the bay. Remember, I was in the water the other day, so that was yesterday too, when I was walking in the sand and stuff. Anyways, ouch, my toe. So look, all the same day. So look, I'm exhausted. So now they're at the bay, or it's kind of like a dock. Like I said, there's a boat there, but it's not no water underneath. It's concrete one that you just, you know, a ramp. So I think they just made my puppy's ball. Anyways, so and you talk to the little girl like, "Oh, bitch, shut the fuck up." Shut the fuck up, bitch. Get your stupid ass out. You know, like, blah, 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 on and on and on. And your parents is laughing, you know, and doing their little background chatter with one another, you know, but ain't nobody cussing as much or as loud as this little boy, okay? And ain't nobody saying shit to him or whatever. And so, you know, little girl wasn't really coming back for him from what I could hear, you know, but he was just keeping up a lot of noise, you know, and then eventually some other sort of, because Fed saw me have thoughts, you know what I'm saying, of doing something, you know, so they always, whenever that happens, they think that I'm going to completely, you know what I'm saying, demolish something that they're acting like it's happening. They put more in the space. They just keep adding more and more people, more and more witnesses, okay? So, next thing I know, there's a guy, and he's sitting on the bench. And then there's someone else house, and they're sitting on the bench that I was sitting on when I first came. Before I moved to the second bench to not be, you know, even almost parallel with the family. And that's where I got tore by the ants. Okay, that's where all the ant bites came from. I don't know where. Well, I was removing the dead grass from under off the concrete, because the benches are on concrete that are on the grass, right? So I think they were making a similar sound like that too yesterday. But anyways, so yeah, I try to eat. You know, they attack me with more ants. You know, from the time that I've left the hotel to now, there's only been a couple of spots out of all the spots I've been in that they weren't attacking me with ants. Hasn't been roaches. I killed a couple roaches like 4 nights ago or whatever, and look how these nights keep adding up. It's already the end of the week. When I got here today with my phones off, and that's another reason why I don't have anywhere to charge my phones. But when I got here today, it does have stuff to do with the trailer. When I got here today, I was like, I finally turned this phone on that I waited forever to charge. They woke me up at 2 a.m. We got off the trailer. Y'all, that's what I'm going to tell you, like how exhausted we was to the point where I told Puppy, I'm like, ain't nobody going to know. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying to the dog when we get on the trailer. I'm like, shit, Puppy, man, we going to sleep on this trailer, man. Ain't nobody going to know. They don't know who the fuck we know. Who they going to ask? Me? You know? So I pick him up, put him on him, let him pull himself up onto the trailer, and he laid down right away. And I felt like a damn puppy, man. Like, he's not mad. He's exhausted too. He was tired, like he had been somewhere. I think he was just tired of me. Okay? Because I was getting attacked all day, you know, or this last portion of the day. So I was. No, he did something that he wasn't supposed to do. And I think I popped him. I spanked him. So yeah, he was just like, and I told you they're very, very sensitive. They don't like to be hit. And I spanked it. And it was over, you know, like from that point on, he wasn't acting like a battered dog like he does sometimes. And I hate when he do that because he do it for less. And he hate me. Don't call us out like that. He do it for less, man. Like, I can do something and he will pin his ears all the way back and just start, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, why are you, I hate when you do that. You always acting like I hit on you. I don't hit on you. Why you acting like a battered dog? You know? But anyways. So, yeah, he got his spanking. He was through with it. He wasn't acting battered. He was just through. Like, well, it's over. So where we going? And, you know, like, just like some social distancing stuff or whatever. So I put him up there and he lay down right away. And then and the duffel bag is with us, and I get up there, you know, and we go straight to motherfucking sleep, y'all. We go straight to motherfucking sleep. It ain't no telling. I don't know. We don't know who rolled by, but what we do know is one gonna be no coming tapping me on the motherfucking shoulder or stopping, and you know what I'm saying, or trying to see, or trying to creep up on, or you know what I'm saying. It wasn't gonna be none of that because I had a dog with me. So if it don't sound like normal movement taking place in the background, like cars just moving, like a car passing through, if it sounds like a car is approaching and it's slowing down, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna alert him and he's gonna alert me. So it wasn't none of that. Now we just knocked out. Like I said, they woke me up at 2. When they woke me up at 2, I went to back to Chick-fil-A, which is where I was the night before. Okay, because we got in late. So after I went to Circle K, The dog and I, we went to well, we actually stopped at, okay, because we cut up through near Red Lobster, but into Olive Garden's parking lot when we climbed the hill. Because we get our little hikes in. And but through Olive Garden. And then from Olive Garden, we went to Chick-fil-A. We didn't do our recon until later that night before coming back to Chick-fil-A. But anyhow, it was late, and it was later when we got back from the recon. I think we did the recon then. No, that was the next morning. Anyways, it was late. We went there on, and then, you know, I didn't get to sleep. The feds wouldn't allow me to sleep. They said that I was going to compromise all the ops they were running at the hotel, claiming that I was at the hotel, so they didn't want it to show. So I'm sitting at the table, you know, not even with my feet kicked up. Just sitting there at the table with my head on my arms, like trying to, because I'm talking about, I'm ready to go, I'm so tired, so drained, ready to go, and they wouldn't allow me to. It got to the point where they removed all the, if there was a surplus of sleep, the expression of sleep in my brain, they removed it all. And, you know, just kept attacking me while I tossed and turned. And then we got up and we did a half a recon. Damn, that's crazy. So look, anyways, that was the same night we got there. Anyways, so we went back to Chick-fil-A. I was going to tell you that their employees were coming to work. Because I'm like, who is this asshole that pulled in? Like, after I had just got followed, you know, like, who is this asshole that pulls in here, backs in, and with their lights on, shining in this direction, they turn them off. I hold up a middle finger and everything at the employee. Because I don't know it's an employee. But I'm glad I didn't go further and approach the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's the kind of morning it was going to be, you know. And I managed. The more I cussed them out about what I do, you know, they let up. And then next thing you know, like 10 minutes later, it's a fucking employee. How about the car? And somebody else is like, they showed up on the other side, and they going in, they turning the lights on and shit. So, and I didn't get to charge my phone that night. I had the iPhone left with payment. Anyways, look, bow. The truck is parallel. We slept on the back of the tractor trailer, the flat one, like all flat. We want to be hauling heavy, you know, big heavy materials and stuff. And now my iPhone 14 is gone. And that's my iPhone 14. They've been so that was gonna make 20s. Now my iPhone SE 2020 is gone. And it's crazy because they mentioned Squirmy yesterday, but they've been calling Squirmy, okay? So they're calling someone from Akron, Ohio, someone from here, Atlanta, Georgia, someone that lives in Akron, Ohio, okay? All right? And next thing you know, the phone comes up missing. And then, you know what, I'm pretty sure they might have even identified a random, you know what I'm saying, guy. While I was, I went to the racetrack that morning. I left the puppy there. I'll be leaving him behind to guard our bags, guard our stuff. And while I run into the store or it just so happens I had to walk to this one. So I go to the racetrack and there's my iPhone SE is gone. You know how much evidence that phone had on it? You know how much evidence that phone had on it? Years of evidence. talk about voice recording, you know what I'm saying? And then we just had like old school papers and stuff like that. And it is a big deal because, well, no. I mean, the school papers, I don't think it is as much of a big deal because I'm pretty sure I can access those through email. Oh, some Google Drive type shit. But, yeah. 2 iPhones gone. Okay? Which means that I can no longer make any purchases. I don't have the ability to tap. This phone that was given to me by their calling, I don't even talk to him. That's why they mention squirming. Somebody I don't talk to that actually know me well, but this guy don't know me from nowhere. It's like an agent that like would love to fuck me over. Like he's like he hate me, but he wouldn't. He's gonna always be okay with me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how close is that? Is it gonna disturb my puppy? Is what I'm really concerned about because he's laying there. But so yeah, he didn't know me from nowhere. That wasn't about him. Both iPhones are gone. I have this one that he gave me. It's not a it's an Android. So they, you know what I'm saying, they have been complaining about them damn iPhones. And they said soon they were saying that me having the iPhone and the Android was compromising everything or whatever, and if they just put me in an only Android population, that it was supposed to somehow not harm the population as much as it had been. Let's see, both iPhones are on. This Android was given to me. It's a Motorola. And it has Google Pay. Okay, so I use Google Pay with this phone, or I have a few times, but this phone does not have the ability to tap. I can't go in and over and tap. Okay, despite me almost being out of money, I'm just saying I'm dying of thirst. Okay, have been all day since this morning when I got up and couldn't go make a purchase. What I ended up doing, it just so happens I fucked around and I didn't even have McDonald's app on my phone no more. I reinstalled it. I was like, let me see if I got some points on here, but it wasn't about the points. The app ended up being there. I was going to buy a Diet Coke, okay? And I'm like, you're going to charge me $2.50 for this, but it's okay. I just knew that I could pay because I have Google Pay. I had to find a way to, you know what I'm saying, get around it. Like, because I can't go in and tap. I have to find, like, place an order. I got to place an order. And guess what? I ain't got enough money to place it. So all that shit goes out the window. You get what I'm saying? And where else are you gonna go somewhere and spend $10 with Google Pay? No tap. Like no gas station. Which is my lifeline right now. No Family Dollar. Nothing. So I get in the app and I find out that I have points. And I'm like, oh, so I won't spend the money. I'll just, you know what I'm saying? They got this large iced coffee. I go and I get that. And we continue our walk back to here, this side of town. But literally, as soon as we hit this side of town, boom, I'm ambushed by the police. We see the police at 6 a.m. They is just like not even all the way broken yet. Breaking. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to break through the sky. And it was breaking because, you know, I remember, you know, being able to at least see the grass and my dog was standing on it. But, yeah. So already, you know what I'm saying, just being spotted in that way and knowing that the agents using those identities, you know what I'm saying, like, because they be letting me hear, you know what I'm saying, like, not even let me here. Like, there's been 2 occasions where I could tell he was ready on with someone else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Having inappropriate, unnecessary, you know what I'm saying, sabotaging dialogue. Trying to shape public opinion. Okay? And they keep saying it's a white cop. I don't know that. I mean, from the sound of his voice, does it sound like, yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. And so yeah, that shit happened. So I'm like, I know I'm on their radar now. So I'm like, even though I can still do it. I can go do it right now, y'all, and get away with it. Like, probably get away with it because of how this space is set up. By the time I let the dust clear, I be exhausted, be thinking I might catch me. I try to chase it. I chase me a couple, 2-3 hours of sleep, don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And then before you know it, the walkers are starting to show up. You know what I'm saying? And so that turns more into PR, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time they'll pass me and I say nothing, but on the rare occasions when they do speak, you know what I'm saying, I'm cordial. I return the same decent or pleasant greeting. Okay? So, and that's not stopping me either, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, it's just, there's a lot of different things taking place, a lot of different elements, and as much as, you know, I would like for them to be satisfied, like, I'm talking about, like, probably twice today, and probably 2 more times today, you know what I'm saying, I had to tell them to shut the fuck up, because I'll go do it right now. It's like that. It's like that, you know what I'm saying, but, like, it's hot. It's hot, and as much as they're, think about all the different ways I told you they're attacking me, okay? So think about how I have not, since they began gang stalking me, ever felt like myself. But I make sure I keep me a reserve. I make sure I keep a reserve for doing what I need to do. You see it, man. I just be like, you know, you don't catch me being me. You don't catch me being on 10 for real ever. Like, none during these 8 years of gang stalking. I might have had 1 10-day, but that was just because I needed to push through and get a whole lot of stuff done. But you don't see that. You know, I just be doing what I gotta do, taking my time doing it. You know what I'm saying? Making sure I care for myself, making sure I'm easy on myself. You know, making sure I take advantage of having my puppy, make sure I spend time with him, making sure I put time into him, you know, like, even when he's just sitting here and he's laying, or he's sitting here and he's sleeping, I'll work on his coat, you know, stuff like that, like, yeah, but, I'm just saying, with everything, all the elements, all the different ways I'm being attacked, and all the things I know I need to do in between, or if it gets to a point where I need to do something in between because I missed my hour, you know, like, I just, in between, try to chill, sit still, and not overheat. And if they run their mouths too much to me, okay, while they taking advantage of acting like they ain't going in with the attacks that they are going in with, because it ain't extreme, like, got me, you know, verbally, I can't put it into words, but these fingers are so slow. They act like they broke my fingers. I put that somewhere else. I know some niggas back there trying to see if they can find me here and acting like I'm talking and one thing's for sure too. They gonna regret it. You know, they already been talking about that part. They like, you know, but we all know that licorice is how she's been managing her anger. So if, you know what I'm saying, we took her way to make money because they didn't want the phone service back here. Okay? Because they knew I was gonna say here, they didn't want the phone service here. It wasn't for real about them little measly ass $19, okay? It was more so about everything they attached to the phone, who they said the phone belonged to, and every surfacing that Hibby everybody said asked for was one of me grilling here. Okay? So, not wanting that shit to make the net. I'm telling you, when it comes to this food ingredient thing, like them stealing ingredients, like they go overboard about that shit. To not put things where it belongs. To not put the frequency where it belongs. So, yeah, I haven't had a period. I haven't been able to go to the gas station and get a 211. But not only that, I haven't been able to get water. They do have water fountain here, but that shit is super warm.